Finally, let's take a look at what student support would see whenever they come into one of our courses. I'm here in the course home once again, and we wanted to just point out a few things that might be useful for student support or a similar role. So you'll see that the main page looks exactly like the instructor main page, even the navigation bar, but let's go into grades. What you'll see here is information about whether or not students have actually turned in their assignments. So the icons mean that there has been a submission. This little orange dot denotes an unread submission, so it might be something that they have turned in a second time and the instructor simply hasn't reviewed that one yet. And then the white background means that nothing has been submitted for that particular grade item. You have the final grade over at the end, and then at the beginning as well. But you can also navigate to either the assignment or the discussion sections themselves to load all current submissions. So you'll see here, you can look at the submissions or look and see that there are submissions through this completed evaluated feedback published. If there are new submissions, it would show up in this column right here. And once again with the discussions, if we go in, you'll see that there's a blue unread posts number for things that haven't been read before, but you can also just see who did the last post, so in case you're wondering. User progress is going to bring us back to the progress summary within class list. And this is just going to show you the grades that they've received, the content, the topics that they've visited. You can look more specifically into any of these areas. Threads they posted, assignments, quizzes they've done, and just see where they are on reading content. This is also going to give you the time spent, total visits to a thing, and which topics that they actually have visited, and you can print this if you need to have it for your records. So if we go back to class list, that's also going to give us some specific information. In a live course, you can see whether or not a student is actively viewing Brightspace content with a green dot on this page. But you can also see when they've last accessed the course. That's going to show up here, as well as get to that progress report that we were just on. Finally, a good way of knowing when things are due within the course is through course admin and then manage dates. This will take us to a list of all of the dates that are due in the course, and you can actually sort by due date and find when most of the assignments are due in one place. As this will allow you to, of course, be able to have a little bit of an understanding of when things are going to be due. If you look over to the side, there's also this visible if conditions are met on some of the items. And this just means that there's some sort of a conditional release. So if students are reporting having an issue seeing something, you might want to check for visible if conditions met and check what the conditions are within the course, because that will largely prevent students from seeing something if they haven't completed something else. Some courses may have more of these than other courses, of course. That is largely the important things that we've identified for something like student support within Brightspace, and a quick walkthrough of how to find those particular pieces.